music. He's like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music. Love, love.
Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is Jaylee's Corner. This is my review for Kandi Koated Nights. This is season 1 of it on Bravo, episode 1 of it on Bravo. Yes, I'm on my scarf. It is 4:30 in the morning. Don't judge me. And I'm going to bed after this review. Absolutely. So we all remember tonight's lipstick is Fenty Beauty Stunna Lip Paint. Stunna Lip Paint. Sorry, I'm just tired at this point in time. So I am a Kandi Koated Nights watcher from back in the day when it was online, when she was doing it at her store. Was it before she was retired? I don't think it was before time. But when it was her, DJ A1, Nicki Nicole, Don Juan, you know, it was that. And when I found out it was coming to Bravo, I said the show online was like an hour, sometimes even an hour and a half. You know, this aspect was only 30 minutes. It was raw. It was raw. It was uncut. It was all kind of conversations. It was all kind of language. So I said, I know they're going to have to cut down the language, but it's still good bones there to make it a good late night show. So the guest on the first episode was Tiny, from, of course, you know, T.I.'s wife, Escape member, mom, actress, or whatever. Monique from Real Housewives of Potomac, and then they also had a little bit of the Dr. Jackie on there too. Now, as an avid KKN fan, as a Kandi Koated Nights watcher from back in the day, and knowing how the show used to be, when they said it was coming back, I assumed it was going to be the same people. Now, Kandi was there. We did not see Don Juan. We know he in the background doing stuff or whatever. Todd was there as the producer. Okay, cool. DJ A1 was like literally like at the turn, like as a DJ. And then, but Nicki Nicole wasn't there. Now, the original cast was there, of course, Nicki Nicole, A1, and Kandi. It was someone else named Kamanika? No, Yamanika. Yamanika was there. And I don't know who she is. I'm assuming she's a friend or whatever. But I really do wish that Nicki Nicole was there, if you ask me. And it was a weird. It's not the same KKN that I know for a fact. We didn't even hear from A1, whereas before, you know, A1 was also, you know, he was a literal co-host. He wasn't just a DJ. And on this version, he's just a DJ. And I'm like, you kind of want to hear the crazy stuff that he says. So I was like, even if he's in the little DJ booth, why isn't he still a co-host? Like, why isn't he like, I mean, I'm sure he getting a check, so he don't care. But I mean, the show is different. It was more of this Kandi hosting the show, and not, we really didn't hear from A1 at all. The Yamanika girl said stuff here and there, but I'm like, it was so weird for me to, I was like, it's just not the same show. They had like a whole like hide and cheat question. This episode seemed very, we talking about cheating is what it was. And I think having Tiny on the show, and you know, all the rumors and accusations and videos about her husband or whatever, timing, baby. So they had like a little hide and cheat section question or whatever, asking like, you know what I'm saying, is cheating easier now or harder now with like social media stuff. Tiny said how, you know, she started her own, she brought up kind of how, based on the stuff her husband was doing, how she just had to kind of do her own thing and show him, you know what I'm saying, I'm still out here in these streets, I'm a hot commodity. But I'm like, clearly that ain't work. Because, I mean, y'all not divorced, but he's still cheating. So, I mean, you showing him that you were that you were a hot commodity don't mean that he didn't go out here and try to get him another hot commodity. Because we know the whole video of him with the actress from Greenleaf came out, and he's still out here in these streets, dotting and bopping all up and down the goddamn avenue. So, girl, bye. What you need to do is not only show him what you're worth, but show him that you don't need his ass no more, and just divorce him. Because it's one thing for your husband to make a mistake here or there. It's a whole another thing for you to be consistently known as T.I.'s wife, and T.I. is consistently cheating on you. I mean, but girl, if y'all have an open marriage and y'all are both able to go out and do what y'all do and still stay married, by all means do it. All praises due. So, Kandi then brought up something that I thought was true. She says how nowadays there are a lot of people who are just waiting to get with someone famous just to expose them. I do think that's true. And I don't think anyone's saying that is like it's a loophole to say, well, it ain't the guy's fault if he cheat because someone was trying to make him cheat. I think what she's saying is it's harder for men to not cheat because women are literally out here throwing coochie at them just to expose them. And so some stuff can be a setup. You know what I'm saying? It can be, it really can. And as we know with the whole Kevin Hart situation, they set him up and he took the bait and then he was busted out. So, you know what I'm saying? It's the whole thing. They brought up, does payback cheating work? I mean, it does if you do it right. But at the end of the day, adding a notch to your belt don't mean, it ain't a good thing. For what? Like, I don't want to add no notch to my belt to piss you off. And at the end of the day, I'm not giving up my coochie to spite you. Girl, bye. Ain't trying to do it. So, Tiny then brings up how the rumor with Tip fighting Mayweather kind of ruins her even being out in these streets, because people was like, well, nah, you can't mess with her because her husband, T.I. was fighting damn a heavyweight champ. So, you know what I'm saying? Just don't invite her. Like, don't have her out here, whatever. Like, we ain't even trying to mess with her. I mean, I would have said that he shoot people. Count on them guns. Anyway, she admits that she never actually cheated with Mayweather, that she did not ever have sex with him. Now, the way she said it made me feel like, what does she consider sex? Okay, because she did say, like, I never had, like, sex with him. But I'm like, did you mean, like, intercourse? I mean, because if you gave him head or he gave you head, do you not consider that sex? But she did say, you know what I'm saying, but it was a situation, he was flirting with me or whatever, he was trying to talk to me. But she said, what I'm saying, she said, but I was okay to do whatever because, she said, if I wasn't getting it from home, so you get it from wherever else, then, I'm like, okay, girl, you say so. But again, I just still felt like Monique really didn't say much. So she was a horrible guest. She was too quiet. She didn't start talking until, like, even when they asked her questions, it was like, it didn't flow right. It didn't flow right. The questions was more geared to me, to Tiny, because again, she's a cheating husband. So it was kind of weird for that. It was funny when Yamika said, Yamanika said, you know what I'm saying, if Tiny can change her eye color, she can damn sure change her man. That's absolutely fucking true. Okay, bitch, go ahead and do that. They had a game called Come Up With a Lie real quick, basically, where she gave, like, a scenario, you have to come up with a lie. So she asked Tiny to explain coming home with no panties. Tiny said, you know what I'm saying, well, I have 4 kids, and sometimes when I cough or laugh too hard, I pee a little bit, so I took my panties off. I said, that makes absolute sense. I would have said the exact same thing, that I peed on myself from laughing too hard, and so I took my panties off. That would have been my absolute lie. She asked Monique to explain saying another man's name during sex. Monique had the worst explanation. She said I was dozing off or daydreaming and thought about the pastor so-and-so, and that name popped up. And I'm like, how are you bored during sex? I mean, that does not make any sense. I would have said, oh, we're not role-playing this time? I was role-playing. My fault. My bad. I love you. That simple. They asked Yamanika to explain why she smells like someone else's cologne. She then says, I don't wear perfume or cologne, so you smell it on me, it's the devil. I'm not going to say it was the devil, like, at all. Like, that's just not even the proper thing to do. I would be like, look, I was at work, you know what I'm saying, a man passed out, and I had to hold him while we waited for the ambulance people to get there, and they were trying to put him down, and his cologne got on me. That's what I would have said. Anyway, so they also asked about if emotional cheating or physical cheating was worse or which one was the worst. I do agree with Monique when she said that emotional is worse, because if it's emotional, that means they're building a bond, and that person can probably leave you for the other person. Like if it's just sexual or whatever, it's a little, you know what I'm saying, wham bam, thank you ma'am, and then not they over it. I mean, cheating is cheating, but I don't want you to really care enough for a bitch to love her. Like if you do that, it's over. I don't want to be with you anymore. So yeah, at this point in time, we did hear Kandi also admit that she hired a private eye before. She did say it's expensive, but it's worth it. I said, well, okay, if you say so. And then the ending was them doing the sectionnaire. Now they did the sectionnaire on the original KKN back in the day, where they asked a couple questions and they found out a freak number. So we found out that Kandi has had sex with women before. Because when she asked, because Monique said that she thought about it in her 20s, but she never did it. Kandi kind of did not answer the question enough to make us know that she was saying that yes, she has before. So that point is done. Monique says how she isn't a heavy breather, nor is she a sex talker during sex. She says, you know, that because she do all the work, she has no time to talk. And I said, well, you a deaf mute? I mean, because you ain't breathing, you ain't talking, what are you doing? Because even if you're doing a lot of work, you can still, like, breathe. Like, this. I was like, she's a deaf mute. This is weird. And deaf mute sex people is just... Deaf mute people who have sex is the weirdest shit to me. Like, I don't want to be with someone who doesn't make any noise. It's just weird, and it's like a fucking day about it. I just can't do it. Anyway, Tiny said that she's a talker, and I liked her response. She said, I'm talking because you have to let him know that you like it and that he's good. And you do. You boost up their ego. You say things and you talk it through or whatever. It makes it spicy. So Monique says her favorite position is on top. She says basically because her husband's too big and he can't get on top of her. I said, well, bitch, really? I mean, I was like, what? But I think that's like when I think of like Shaq and Shaq with anybody. I'm like, Shaq can't be on top of no bitch because he likes little women. So I completely got what she meant, that well, she probably meant like he can hit her in the back, but he can't like be on top of me, like, you know what I'm saying, doing things. Like he can't just do that or whatever. But she can be, it was just weird. But you know, she's like, I like myself on top better. Or whatever. Tiny said she prefers it from the back. Okay, girl, we love it too. It's great. Monique got an 8 for a freak number. Tiny, of course, was a 10. My overall opinion of the show. Will I keep watching it? Yes, because I want to give Kandi the ratings. However, I hope the show gets better. It seemed the original KKN seemed authentic. This seems staged. Like, it seems too staged. Like, it seems so staged that it's not real. But I know it is real. And I think it's because it's now on network TV. I really do wish she would have done it back on the internet. I think if Kandi would have did... I know she said before that she had been shopping the show around. And that's why it was off, offline for so long. Because they were trying to have somebody they were shopping the show around. And I'm happy Bravo picked it up. But I don't like how it's so watered down. Like, I was pissed off we didn't hear shit from A1. DJ A1 would be fucking hilarious. I was like, where is Nikki Nicole? She also had jokes. Jamaica had a couple, she popped in here or there. But I'm like, it just wasn't the same KKN I knew. But I'm gonna continue to watch. And it's not, I think anyone who did not watch the original one will like this version because they don't have anything to prepare it with. But I do think avid KKN back in the day watchers will realize, oh, it's different. Like, it's the equivalent of if you watch a sex scene on Pornhub and then you watch the sex scene on NBC TV at 9 p.m. It's gonna be way watered down, bitch. It's gonna be like all you see is like they pick up a condom and they kiss and hug and covers wrap around their body. Whereas on Pornhub, bitch, you seeing vagina and penis and anal lube and all the things. You see the going on Pornhub, but you won't see that in a sex scene on NBC at 9 p.m. So that's how I compare the two. Kandi Koated online was Pornhub. KKN on Bravo is a sex scene on NBC at 9 p.m. Meaning they had sex. Like, they had sex. However, you don't see shit. So I mean, I don't think anybody even likes that cuss word. It was just so PG, and the conversations are good. Even I forgot what even Dr. Jackie brought up. That's how I was over it. I mean, but I watched it. I'm gonna watch it next Sunday too. I'm hoping, because that was the first episode, it was just a little bit bland. I do hope Nicki Nicole will be on. I mean, I miss Nicki Nicole. I hope they let DJ A1 come in and say it's not the same if you don't have. It's just not the same. It isn't. I wish I could say she should have just did it on YouTube, or I wish I could say that she could have got a deal with Hulu or Netflix or whatever to do it how it used to be, in order to get likes or whatever. But I mean, or attention, or get paid from it. But I mean, it's not the same show. It's the same premise. It's the same premise. That part absolutely is the same. However, it's strictly Kandi. And the fun part about it before was seeing Kandi, A1, and Nicki bouncing off each other with a guest. And in this aspect, you had a full audience, which they had audience before. And then you had the two guests who kind of wasn't even open to, because I mean, Tiny kind of danced around some questions. So I'm like, and on KKN, they answer shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish I could find the old episodes of KKN somewhere, somehow, but I can't. Now, I know there is a KKN like after show, like it's like on Bravo after the fact, but I mean, I haven't not watched that yet. If that is more entertaining than the actual show, I would prefer if they would have just had the show on Bravo online. If this is a way that they could have it on Bravo online and it could have been raunchy how the first one was, I would have preferred that than have them be on Bravo, the TV show, the TV station, and be so watered down. And Kandi was funny, Kandi was great, you know what I'm saying? But I just feel like it was missing that original KKN vibe. But sometimes when you want to move up in the world, you know, you take your idea and you know, make it for the masses. You know what I'm saying? You make it be a little bit different. So I mean, that's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Put your comments below how y'all felt about it. If y'all will be watching later on for the shows, if y'all do think it's any different. If you did not watch the original KKN, so you have no idea what it was before, but put your comments in. Don't forget to like this video, to subscribe to my channel, and as always, hit that notification bell to let yourself know when I have a new video up. I am J Lee. This is J Lee's Corner. Peace and good night.